All right, Shalom. Shalom, giving our praises, glory, and honors unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the 144,000, rest of the hopeful elect out there. This is your brother, the preacher, Desire Warren from GMS Atlanta, back with another edifying video. And the MOTB, Mark of the Beast, which is the microchip implant, which goes in the hand and the forehead, will soon be upon us. The prophecy in Revelation 13:16 will soon be fulfilled. It isn't John 3:16. It isn't sin in all its forms. It isn't spiritual. The MOTB, the mark of the beast, is a physical device that will be embedded under the skin via an implant, via a needle, injecting the implant under the skin. So I have some articles here, fairly recent information, in the last month or so, that goes into Revelation 13 and 16. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and read it. And this is a topic that we here at GMS, Great Millstone, we speak on this topic all the time, man. To ad nauseum, whenever we get information. I speak on it a lot, more so dealing with the digital ID system that is being set up and the biometric system, which is all a part of the New World agenda that Esau has planned, and the ultimate link to that New World agenda for everyone around the planet is for everyone to receive a mark under their skin in the form of a microchip implant. So this here is the prophecy, Revelation 13 and 16. And this is something that, we know by heart, but I'm going to read it for those that may be new. This prophecy is soon to be fulfilled. Revelation 13 and 16, it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Okay? It says, "And that no man," and this includes women as well, "and that no man might buy or sell, save he," which is Old English for except, EXCEPT, except that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So in order to buy and sell in the future, you're going to need to have this mark, okay? Now, when you look this up in the Greek, right? Now you see the Greek language here, because the Bible wasn't written in English at first. It was translated from Hebrew into Greek, into Latin, and then into English, and then other languages around the world. Okay? So this is how you study the Bible, right? Whether you're a pastor, preacher, you should be, if you really call yourself teaching the Bible, you should be able to go to the past languages and get the proper context. That goes for you different Israelite teachers as well. Stop being lazy. Okay? So when you go into the Greek word for mark here, which is G5480, you see the Greek word charagma. And when you tap on that word, when you click on it, it takes you to the definition, charagma. And what you see here is, it says a stamp, an imprinted mark, or the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand is the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. The mark branded upon horses, thing, card, sculpture, or graven work of idolatrous images. So this is not in any way, shape, or form denoting anything spiritual. A stamp is physical. When you stamp something and you make an impression, it's a physical impression, whether it be on rock, wood, or whether it be on the human body. Right? A badge is something that is physical, so you can physically see it and identify. The mark, when you brand a horse, let's look this up. Let's look up brand upon horses. And when you look up brand upon horses, what does it say? Why are horses branded? A horse brand is a mark that is burned into the skin. So it's something physical. Okay? All of the corresponding context and definition to the word charagma, which is the word mark in the English, is referring to a physical act being done. Such as when it says here, theme, carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous images. Right? Let's look up graven work. Right? When you engrave something, let's see here. When you look up graven work, no, I'm not looking for a video game. Okay, what does the word graven mean? Here we go. Deeply impressed, firmly fixed, carved, sculptured, a graven idol. So it's something physical. Okay? Let's look up a graven idol, because remember the definition said of idolatrous images, right? I'm just giving you some help in studying when you're breaking down certain scriptures and precepts in the Bible. A graven image is a physical, handmade idol or statue, often carved from materials like wood or stone, that is used as an object of worship or devotion, replacing God. So we're not replacing the Heavenly Father in our worship. But when you get this this mark here in Revelation 13:16, it's referring to the worship of the beast. So the opposite of worshiping the Heavenly Father in spirit is to physically worship an idol, which this mark, this charagma, this physical implant, it is setting up the people, no matter their status, small or great, rich and poor, for them to eventually worship the beast, as you can see in verse 15. Right? And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So the ultimate worship of the beast is to eventually get this mark in the right hand or the forehead. Okay? Because it says you won't be able to buy or sell without it. So you have to have something in the physical realm, the 3D realm that we live in, the third dimension. Something physical has to be manifested in order for you to buy something physical. So the mark isn't spiritual, it's physical, except in exchange for money, right? Instead of trading money, currency, paper dollars, coins, the money is going to be digital. That's why they're pushing a digital identification system, and that is why digital currency is also out there, being developed. Okay, and it is through the implant that people in the future, once this mark is introduced and mandated and required, it is through this mark, this implant, that people will be able to use their digital currency to buy and sell. The same way people use their smartwatch or smartphone or their debit credit card today to tap the payment terminal. That's what this prophecy is referring to. This is written over 2,000 years ago. But now we're in the time in the last days where this is being fulfilled. So that was just a quick scriptural breakdown. So let's go into the real world and see where this is being manifested in reality. So this here is from The Scoop. And it says, woman pays for groceries at Whole Foods using just her palm. Coolest thing ever. Okay? So this is a part of the Antichrist system. Antichrist is not one man that's the Antichrist. There are multiple Antichrists. You can read that also in the New Testament. So if you're a Christian and you say there's only one Antichrist, then you don't know the Bible. All right? It says, Creator's hand chip payment provides hope for easier and quicker payments in the future. But many were left wondering if it could lead to a dystopian future. This is from August 25th, 2025. Let's read some of this. And there's an image here. TikTok Chip Girl. And I've seen her TikTok page. So this is real. It says, I'm at Whole Foods, and you can see this is a so-called white woman here. She says, I'm at Whole Foods. Why that matters? Because you believe if the white man does it, if the white woman does it, you'll believe it. So it says, I'm at Whole Foods, and I'm about to pay for my groceries with my hand. Did it work? And as you can see in the images here, she's buying groceries with her right hand. She's buying groceries with her right hand. She's buying groceries with her right hand. The technology is already here and being utilized, but it is not made mandatory. That is when the prophecy, Revelation 13 and 16 on down, will be fulfilled, because they have not caused anyone to take it. But in similar fashion to when the C virus juice was introduced, that is what they're going to do with this. So it says, C implants used for daily tasks like opening doors or making payments might have sounded like science fiction a few years ago, but today it has become a reality. Read this in bold black letters for you Israelites out there and you people that deny that the mark is the implant as Great Millstone teaches it. And other Christians teach it too. Okay? But we here at GMS, we teach the whole Bible 100% correctly. It says TikTok creator Burgundy Waller, Chip Girl, supposedly had a chip implanted in her palm back in 2020. I remember because I did a lesson and video on it back then. Okay? When it came out, when she started doing videos. According to her videos, she initially used the implanted chip to replace keys to unlock her house door and wardrobe. In her latest video, she unveiled that she can make payments, okay, making life even more convenient for her. It says the video appears to have been taken down from her account, but was reshared on Twitter, which has now gained over 154 likes. I wonder why it was taken down. Either she took it down, maybe they took it down from. Yep, I remember this video. I did a video on this years back, right? So I wonder why it was taken down. I'll leave that up to your imagination. So as you can see here, it says Chip Girl here, Yes, the girl with an RFID chip in her hand. Okay. So it says the video starts with Waller stating that she is at Whole Foods and will use her hand to pay for her groceries. She slowly places her hand near the card machine and waits, unsure if the payment will actually go through. She asks the cashier, "Did it work?" A second later, the machine flashes that the payment has been made successfully, and we see her shocked face. She ends the video by saying, "That's the coolest thing ever." Individuals who watched the video were very curious about how the technology worked and shared their inquiries in the comment section. And what you have to understand is, and here's the video here, this woman is paying for groceries using a chip in her hand. That's the coolest thing ever, she said. And this is how they're going to market the mark of the beast. This is back in 2023. As you can see here, 2023. But this article picked it up 2025. Okay? So, once again, the prophets here at Great Millstone, we have been proved 100% correct. No deniability, no but, no nothing. What you going to say? What can you say? You can go to this information and you can look it up yourself. I'm just sharing it with the hopeful elect out there and those that may be new, that the prophecy in Revelation 13:16 is being fulfilled. Okay? It clearly says here that no matter your status, small and great, rich and poor, and free and bond, right, you can use this mark in the right hand to buy and sell. So now let's go to the next. Here, let's see. Check this out. This is from the Daily Star. And what does it say here? Musk's Neuralink to test implant that turns thoughts to text. So if you're familiar with Elon Musk, which the whole planet Earth should be, Neuralink, which is a company owned by famous celebrity billionaire Elon Musk, he has this implant that is now going worldwide, being implanted in different patients. So it says Elon Musk neurotechnology company Neuralink is preparing to launch a new trial in October aimed at helping people with speech impairments translate their thoughts directly into text using a brain implant. The company's president, Dongjin Zhou, announced the initiative during a recent talk in Seoul, according to a report by Reuters. So that's out of South Korea. Excuse me. So, as you can see, when you put an implant in the brain, that ties into the implant in the forehead. Because when you look up, and you can look this up, I'll do it real quick. Let's do it real quick. Forehead, brain relationship. It says the forehead's relationship with the brain is defined by its position directly in front of and protecting the frontal lobe, the brain region responsible for many higher level cognitive functions. So let's look this up. Forehead brain implant. I'm doing the research for you so you can get it easily. So it says, while a forehead brain implant is not a standard medical term, the query can refer to the relationship between brain-computer interface devices, one on or near the forehead, and the user's brain activity. These devices are almost exclusively non-invasive and read brain signals from the surface of the forehead, unlike invasive implants that require brain surgery. So let's deal with that. Let's take this off. Forehead, brain, invasive. Let's see here. See what it gives me. So I don't want non-invasive. I want to get the implant. Because basically when you put an implant in the brain, the frontal lobe, which is the part of the brain behind the forehead, that is the part of the brain that uses the function for speech and thinking and things like that. Invasive brain implants are real technology under development, primarily for treating neurological disorders and restoring function lost due to injury or disease. While most of these devices are not specifically described as forehead implants, some are designed for placement in the skull, and on the surface of the brain near the forehead, because they connect to the frontal lobe, which the frontal lobe controls your speech and your thought functions.
90.
Okay? So this ties back into this implant and the prophecy. Okay? So it says back here in the article, the study will focus on individuals who have lost the ability to speak, with the goal of allowing communication without the use of keyboards or other traditional aids. The implant is designed to detect neural signals associated with imagined speech. And they have FDA approval. The device is intended to assist people with conditions such as spinal cord injuries. Previous demonstrations have shown patients using the implant to control digital interfaces, as a report. And guess what? You can use the implant to buy and sell. If you want to go on Amazon and you want to go and buy what would you buy off of Amazon? Let's say you buy a new house or you rent a new apartment and you want to get new pots and pans. You can go and you can buy pots and pans off of Amazon. You can get anything. Okay, what about this? Because you had the woman here where she went to the grocery store and she bought groceries from Whole Foods with the implant in her hand. Guess who owns Whole Foods? That's right, Amazon. So if you have the implant, the Neuralink in your brain, you can think, right, using the digital interface, right, screen. You can think with the Neuralink implanted in your brain, go on Instacart and order your groceries from Whole Foods. And you can do the same thing the woman did here, except you're doing it with your brain. So we're definitely in the time where this prophecy is being fulfilled. It's just the majority of the planet is blinded to what's really going on. Now, they're making more advancements with these devices. Now, this is from MIT here. It says MIT engineers, and this is from July 15, 2025. MIT engineers 3D print implant for diabetic patients that releases medicine under the skin. Okay, with a chip that can wireless activate to melt an alloy that releases powdered glucagon. Okay, so they're using these implants for all. They're testing these implants for all kinds of applications. If you got diabetes, if you got neurological issues, so it's just a matter of time before we see Revelation 13 and 16 manifest fully, where it's mandated, right? It says, and he called it all. So, I just want to bring out this relevant information on the MOTB, the Mark of the Beast prophecy. I believe that's it. Let's see here. So this is September 2nd. This is an article. Krungsgri Research. As you can see here, hold on, just stop popping up. It says microchip implants, a new frontier in human enhancement, from September 2nd, 2025. So people are talking about this technology, okay? Biohacking. I'm not going to go through all of this, but people are doing real research. I'll just read this here. So it says biological interventions for human enhancement. Invasive biohacking methods, those that involve direct physical intervention, can be grouped into 4 main categories based on the type of biological modification. Subdermal entry, which is what? Sub meaning under, dermal meaning skin. Okay? Involves implanting small devices under the skin, okay, such as microchips, which are commonly used for identification. Digital ID systems are being set up, access control, and payment system, right? Buying and selling. These devices are classified as passive technologies because they do not rely on internal power sources like batteries, instead functioning through external scanners or readers that activate them when needed. And that's the meaning behind RFID, radio frequency identification, and NFC, near field communication, which these devices emit radiation, which will lead to a grievous sore. When you read Revelation the 16th chapter, it speaks about a grievous sore upon those which take these implants. Revelation 16 and 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. So it's not safe to take this device, which is why the Heavenly Father wants his prophets to warn the people out there about taking these implants. So while you have these people out here thinking, oh, this is so cool, it's really going to be to your detriment and eventual destruction. So, I hope this lesson was edifying. Shalom.